Yo,
What is up?
did you like that troll video we did? Please tell me you didn't unsubscribe. I would understand. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was pretty stupid, but hey, we had some fun.
30 seconds out of your lifetime ain't gonna ruin your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not
I
like
don't think so.
It's not like you rushed a building. Right?
Unless you did, and hey, we're happy to have you.
Hey man, if you're watching this from jail, what's up?
What's up?
This is Filler Non Canon. My name is Opie.
I am Damien. This is hey, I think it's season 2. We took a week off, so it's season 2.
Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen took a week off. We're like, we'll take a week off too. Hell, why not?
Yeah, why not?
How you feeling, Damo?
I'm feeling good, man. Happy New Year. By
Happy
the
New
way,
Year, man.
It's our first episode of the new year.
It's our first episode of the new year, man. 2021. You have any New Year's resolutions?
I do. I got a TV show I actually wanted to pitch you.
Oh, let me hear it.
Yeah. The Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit was a huge hit. Everyone loved it, right?
Yeah.
The Pharaoh's Gambit, and it's just Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just live action Yu-Gi-Oh. The Pharaoh's Gambit.
Man, I just feel like Yu-Gi-Oh has too many pedophilia themes for us to make a live action. I'm just saying, like, man, fucking, what was that dude's name? Pegasus was such a pedophile. My
Yu-Gi boy.
Yu-Gi boy. Come to my island, Yu-Gi.
Yeah. And you know how she sees chess on the ceiling? The main character, Yugi, instead of hallucinating chessboards, he hallucinates an ancient Egyptian pharaoh that looks. He's like, he looks just like me, and like, you're not Egyptian. He's like, but am I?
That is funny that Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't even know what race Yugi was, but he was like, yeah, I'm Egyptian. We're like, are you though? Because
are you?
I don't know if you're Egyptian, but whatever. We let that ride.
Yeah.
We let him appropriate that culture, and I'm all for it. That's a good New Year's resolution.
How about you? What are you working on anything?
Nah,
for
man,
resolutions?
I'm staying the same.
Nice.
Staying the same.
That's solid.
I'm not going to change. Listen, last year everyone was changing. I'm like, you ain't like you inside. Why you changing for? Stay the same.
Yeah.
Cocoon. Don't come out like a butterfly. Just cocoon and then come out the same. And then people are gonna be like, wow, you didn't change at all. I'm like, you're damn right. Don't hit up your exes to try to become a different person. Just stay the same. Be the same toxic man you came into, and stay that way.
I think this year is also. Oh man, I'm gonna stop burping on Mike in the new year. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think this year is another free pass because I think you still got another 6 months where you're like, look, I don't have to change.
No, man.
I'm probably another 6 months before
You're not gonna get 6-pack abs. Admit it. This is who you are. You're 31. I'm talking to myself now. You're 31. Just be the man who you are and accept it.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, I'm just gonna try to run every now and then more. I'm actually trying to break my high school mile time. And
really.
I'm struggling to do it because I am 31, and my feet hurt so bad every time I run now. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do some rehab work in the pool first.
Yeah, man.
But first, before I do that, I gotta learn how to swim. So I got a lot of resolutions coming up.
Oh man, we got to get a swimming anime on the rotation, so you can get a hype.
I've been just watching that one episode from Golden Boy to learn how to swim. Not a good move. Not a good move.
Where he just uses the power of ass to learn how to swim faster. He's like,
honestly,
just
if you just put a honey bun in front of me, I probably could learn how to swim. You know how they say if you put like a woman and you see if she sees her child in danger, she can like lift a car. If you put a little Debbie in front of me, I could beat Michael Phelps. That's how it works. Like I love a good honey bun. And that's probably why I can't beat my mile time.
Dude, you get a Wetzel's Pretzels in front of me. I'm
Wetzel's.
I'm deadlifting. I'm gonna deadlift whatever I need to get out of my way to get it.
Could you just imagine like a barbell made out of Wetzel's Pretzels, just deadlifting all of that together?
Yeah. Oh man.
But I'm also gonna watch a ton of anime this year. There's a lot of shows I want to watch, old and new.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to talk about them. I think me and you were talking. We're like telling each other we should pick the top 3 shows we want to watch this season for the winter season. I'll start it off at number 3. It's a show that's already coming out. I think it's on its 3rd season or like part 2 of season 2. ReZero. And Damien knows this about me. I hate isekais. I think isekais are kind of dumb. I'm like, why do we need to someone to escape to a different world? Why can't you just start off in that world?
Well, it's like fantasy. It's like like shut-in fantasy where you're like, look, I have no chance of making it in this life, so the only hope I have is being reincarnated into a new world.
I just feel like whenever I see that kind of fantasy stuff, I'm just like, this is just lazy writing. Like, I immediately my head goes like, just start off in that world, explain that world the right way, as opposed to just being like, it's a world he's never been in and you've never been in, so I can make up whatever I want. It's like, no, make some concrete rules, write yourself into a corner, and then beat yourself. That's my method, you know. But I've heard amazing things about ReZero, so I decided I'm gonna pick it up this winter, and I'm gonna try to catch up. And it's great. I haven't started any of season 2 yet. I've only seen the first season, which is kind of what got everyone all hyped. It is great. It's like the best. It's like one of the best Groundhog Days. Because you know how there's like a million Groundhog Days? This is like one of the better ones. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a huge fan of isekais. I think Sword Art Online is trash. Overlord is aight. What's another? The slime one, I don't... Listen, if I wanted a slime, I would watch Nickelodeon, okay? But ReZero...
Heresy.
Heresy. I just catch on fire. It's like, oh no, they were right. And I get reincarnated in hell. I'm like, this isekai. I get put in the isekai. I'm like, oh no, this is hell for me. I just don't get the appeal. I know it's like for a lot of people, it's like if you play like Dungeons and Dragons or World of Warcraft, those kind of games, you're really into that. But I don't know. I lost my virginity way before that.
Oh shit!
I feel like I missed that plane, bro. I missed that plane. It's just not for me.
Yeah. I'll say there's like, because it's like the trend of the last 10 years, ever since, I guess maybe it was Sword Art. I don't know exactly the history, but like I think Sword Art was the one that like kicked off like the huge trend of isekai. And of like the hundreds that have been released, like 4 are good. There's like 4 good ones.
And I'm obviously trolling. I think like I will watch like certain isekais. Like Slime does look interesting. But and Overlord, it was fun at certain parts. But I feel like that's probably the ratio for most shows. You know, if I'm being honest. Like every genre, there's like 4 that are good, and then like the industry's like, oh, we could do 1 billion of these, and they'll have to watch them. And I'm probably gonna watch Goblin Slayer. Now I'm playing. That looks like trash.
Goblin Slayer is the one where they like really. I think it's the first time I noticed like a black screen before you start being like, this has mature content. And they do some fucked up shit immediately, and you're like, okay.
It's like Isekai meets The Wire, you know. Like people are like, oh my god, like they're killing people and using rape, and it's just like, man.
I was caught off guard because I was expecting like reincarnated as a slime, and it was just the fucking most fucked up shit. Yeah, I just find it kind of hard to. Whenever it's just like we enter a video game, I kind of find it like hard. It's like, well, do these stakes really matter? I know it's like you're still in the world, but it's like, I don't know. It just the stakes just get immediately lowered for me. If it's like not like the characters lived in this world and like knows this world and like there's no mystery element for me. It's just kind of like you're like just get to make up whatever you want to, and I just get kind of bored with that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I see the appeal. Yeah, and I think the ones that are the strongest, which I think there's 2 of them this season, which is ReZero and Slime. The others are like Overlord and Shield Hero are the ones I think really get praised for their world building. Like
I want to see Shield Hero too. Actually, I heard great things about Shield Hero, so that's
similar
one I
vibe. It's a similar vibe where a person comes in, and then is like quickly becomes overpowered. That's like.
Yeah.
The only one that isn't like that is like ReZero. I mean, there's others like it, but like of the big ones, ReZero's the one where it's almost like the opposite, where he's like so underpowered. Yeah, I guess that because I recommend My Life Reincarnated as a Slime. I think that's the full title.
You're the fourth person who's told me to watch that show. And from trusted people, and it does. I like watch some clips. I'm like, this does look fun. It does look like a good time. And you know your boy loves a good time.
I love a good time.
It does look like something that I would like get into. So all jokes aside, like I was really trolling hard on the isekais this segment. About like 50% being honest, but I think I will pick up ReZero, and if it holds up, I will then proceed to the slime. Oh, that sounded weird. I will proceed to the time I was reincarnated as a slime and next some other ones.
Yeah, next stop, slime time. All right.
I just get slimed, man. What about you? What's your number 3?
I'll say my number 3 is reincarnated as a slime. I think. I'll say it. I think you should watch it.
Okay.
It's funny. This goes back to your point. Is it's escapism. You're not going to get like this crazy intense plot or something. It's mostly like this person's like kind of just exploring a new world. They're overpowered, so you know nothing's really going to happen to them. Yeah. And it's just kind of like fun. But like, so the opening scene, just to set it up all, is the guy is in real life. He's basically one of the first lines. He's like, "I'm 37 and I'm a virgin," and you're like, and then it's kind of never addressed again. So it's just like savage, like just like immediately savage.
I'm 37 and I'm a virgin, and all I do is play video games. Man, this is feeling very familiar to not me.
And he's meeting up with his younger coworker or something, and then like suddenly out of nowhere, like a guy in a hood runs down the street with a knife. Which, by the way, hooded. Anytime you see a hooded guy in Japan. In anime, you know shit's going down. He's always like licking a knife. He's like,
yeah, that's a good point. It's like, yeah. Guys in hoods in anime are just seen as like the worst, like possible people.
They're like sacrificing children. They're like,
is it like a long hood or like a trench coat kind of hood?
No, it's just like a regular hoodie. He's like, this is like the normal world. He's just wearing a hoodie.
Oh, got you.
And he runs down the street with a knife, and he's gonna stab his younger coworker. But then like the main character like steps in and like takes the knife hit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm 37 and a virgin. Like, live your life. Don't be like me.
And then his dying words are, he goes to his friend. He's like, take care of your girlfriend. And also, I need you to take care of my hard drive.
That's funny. Okay. I'm sold. I'm going to watch it. That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, and then he dies and gets reincarnated as a slime.
That's great. That's really funny. Yeah, so it's not like some cheap like video game trick. It's like reincarnate. Yeah, I can fuck with that. I can mess with that.
It's funny, and it's not like a video game world. It's like a real world. It's just kind of good time. And then it's kind of a little more just kind of goofy and just daily adventures and stuff. I think it's a fun time. If you're looking for something serious and really to like sink your teeth into, not the one for you. But if it's just you're looking to kill some time and in a fun way, you know.
I think I'll pick it up. I think you've convinced me off breaking down that first scene that it's funny. And if you can just make me laugh, then I'm like, all right, well, you got me. I don't care really about. If you can make me laugh, I can forgive like bad storytelling. So I'm going with ReZero number 3. You're going with slime. So right off the bat, isekais are covered. We're done with isekais.
We're done.
Isekai. Jar Jar Binks joke, kind of weird.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Now, for my number 2, I watched the first season of the show, and I did not think I would like this show, but I became a huge fan. I think I binged it in 3 days. I was such a fan of this. Dr. Stone, season 2, The Stone Wars. And I did not think I would like this show based off the description. Basically, if you haven't seen Dr. Stone, I highly recommend it. It's a world where everybody just gets turned to stone. They get hit by this green light, and they all get turned to stone. And then, I don't know how many years in the future, the stone starts to crack away because of liquidized bat guano. And basically, this guy is trying to rebuild society through science. And I don't want to ruin the first season if you haven't seen it, but the second season, there's a faction of people who want to build society the way it was before, and there's a faction of people who are like, no, let's kill all the old people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not an ageist, but they do a good job of explaining the people who want to kill the old people's point. And it's a very good conflict. And they don't just use science in a corny way. It's like they have these goals that they want to meet, and then the main character uses science to meet them, and it's very cool, and he explains it and breaks it down in very funny and intellectual ways, and you don't learn anything, which is great. I don't know how any of that worked. I probably need to rewatch season 1. But it's still fun, and it's still compelling, and all the characters are really, really built in really fun and interesting ways.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing where actually just a couple weeks ago I watched all of it in the same thing 3 days because it's just I don't know, it's just addicting and it's fun.
Addicting, and his catchphrase is "get excited," and you're like, "I will get excited." I know, right?
You're like, "Ooh, I know how to build a cell phone," but then you're like, "Actually, I forget. I don't.
You don't know how it works."
And it's just really cool, and I think they do a very good job of it's sort of educational, but they do a good job of sort of weaving in a story that keeps you hooked, and that's kind of what you're there for more than
I think so.
Anything else,
and they do a really good job of making you care about the main character. I don't want to spoil the first season, but you see his certain aspects of his family comes up, and there's his best friend, and there's a girl involved. Ooh, girls. And there's just a bunch of really cool, you see somebody in the in this primitive world, and they're into science too, and you kind of understand how humanity was built. If you've ever read the book Sapiens, this is your show. You're gonna love this show.
Okay. Yeah.
This kind of show, you kind of realize how society was built, and it's kind of cool to see that. But it's sped up. It's like Sim City, prehistoric Sim City. Sim City BC. That's what this show is, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's in Fast Forward. It's like Civilization, and you're just speeding through the ages. Because you got a genius on your side.
Yeah,
it's super cool. It's super inspiring. Everyone's just working hard towards something. And you go what am I doing? What am I doing?
In a time when we're all divided, this could be the show that saves humanity.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Are you gonna build forward, or are you gonna try to kill the past? It's to
me, it's just kind of it's a kind of a thing where it's Attack on Titan's the show you watch if you have no hope. Dr. Stone's the show you watch if you're if we just all built together, we could go to space. That's what Dr. Stone is.
That's
my number 2.
Yeah, in a similar vein, I'll say my number 2 is Cells at Work, which is also kind of vaguely educational. Which, if you don't know, it's Osmosis Jones basically. It's Osmosis Jones, the anime, where
Chris
you go.
Rock is speaking in Japanese.
It's Chris Rock in Japanese, and the
arigato. Okay.
It's basically you run from the main characters are a red blood cell and a white blood cell, and they kind of just do their jobs. Red blood cells just delivering oxygen, white blood cells killing bacteria, and it's just them. Every episodes are we're fighting a staph infection, we're fighting the common cold, and it's just and it's funny and slightly educational, but it's just mostly just good time.
Yeah,
But and then the flip side, which is Cells at Work Code Black, which is just premiering this season, because Cells at Work is gonna be season 2 right now. But and that's about like
now,
a healthy body.
Now, Damien, why is the bad one Code Black?
I just cut this part out.
It just cuts back. We're just like, I'm not here anymore. Welcome to Filler Non Canon with Damien Holmes. I am your only host.
I don't know why it's called Code Black. I don't know because like, we were talking about this yesterday. There's
yeah.
What was the Code Black again?
Code Black is when there's a bomb threat in a facility, whereas a code blue is when somebody can't breathe anymore or is having a hard time. Now this could be different in Japanese culture. I'm obviously joking. It's not racist at all. It just is funny that like every time in Japanese culture when somebody, or at least in anime culture, I don't want to say Japanese, just from what we can surmise, every time someone's evil, it's just like Goku Black or Cells at Work Black or Guy in Hoodie Black. I'm just playing that last one. It ain't real.
Have you seen the English dub of Goku Black in the future?
No, I have not.
Oh my god! I
only watched the Japanese version.
So it's like a huge clip. So maybe you guys have seen it, but it's like it's the English. They do it in the English dub. They all the future people are like pointing guns at Goku, and then someone's like, "Stop! He's not black." And it's like, how did this happen? How did it happen? How did they make this?
You know what? I love it. I fucking love it, man. That is such accidental commentary. Like I know they had no intention of it coming off that way, but that is hilarious. That is so funny.
I'll link it or something, but I'll send it to you after. It's so funny.
I need to see that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But Cells at Work Code Black is about is Cells at Work, but in an unhealthy body. So it's like it's so because the tone of the original Cells at Work is it's like reincarnated as a slime. It's all everyone's goofing around, like kind of doing their job, and occasionally something happens. Cells at Work Code Black, the tone is immediately Attack on Titan. Like it's like the red blood cells are getting like murdered by bacteria. The white blood cells are like just like grisly, like they have like katanas in this one. They're like really
and I heard like there's like 2 different studios for this. So it's just like they were just like, hey, we want to like take this in a totally different direction but using the same premise. It's basically like you have like Superman that was directed by Bryan Singer or Superman that was directed by Zack Snyder. Which one do you prefer?
Oh my God, he started smoking again, and then like the city explodes.
That's hilarious. I mean, that's a very interesting premise. I did have plans to watch Cells at Work at some point because I saw a clip of a doctor reacting to Cells at Work, and he was like, "This is actually pretty accurate in a lot of funny ways." It's like, this is actually pretty smart. And I'm a huge Osmosis Jones fan. I love that movie when I was a kid. I think they made a TV show out of it too on the CW or WB at the time.
I think so. Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, Chris Rock did not come back for the TV show.
Unfortunate.
But that is a really funny premise, and it's like a show that I think you can get a lot out of because there's so many conditions in the human body.
Yeah.
Code Black just feels like a show you would watch. You'd be it's just like unintentionally funny just to like see somebody who's like very unhealthy.
Yeah, I've only seen because there's only one episode out so far, and the next episode is about the liver, and I'm like,
oh no, this guy's an alcoholic.
Yeah. And it's just I think I don't know how long they can do it because I think it's played for laughs. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like supposed to be serious, but I think it's like played for like. It's so funny that the tone is so much darker in an unhealthy body. So I don't know how much mileage they can get out of it, but it's been fun so far.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
My last show that I'm super excited to watch, Promised Neverland, season 2. I was so excited to watch it. I'm almost done reading the entire manga. I think I have like 10 chapters left. And I think season 2 if done correctly, I mean, I've already seen the first episode of this season, and it looked pretty good to me. And if they do it right, you're gonna. I think this show is like kicking it up a notch. I think the world building's expanded. The character arcs are gonna be very interesting and compelling to watch. There's gonna be new characters that I think a lot of people will like. One that a lot of people will hate, but you'll see why if you read the manga. I love the show. I mean, I love the first season. It really surprised me. It's got like elements of mystery and surprise and kind of a lot of like political things are going on, and it's trying to say something, I think, about our world. And I'm just really excited to see season 2, and I think a lot of people are. It's kind of a hack choice, if I'm being honest. Promise Neverland, you're excited to see that? Whoa, you're so unique.
I mean, look, we didn't say Jujutsu Kaisen or Attack on Titan, all right? You guys know you should be watching them.
I mean, it's one of those shows that I think it won Anime of the Year in 2019.
Yeah, it was great. First season. First season I love. It's if you guys don't know anything about it, it's Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys trying not to get eaten by demons. That's what it is.
Wow, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys reference all in one sentence. Damian Holmes
just trying to avoid
the logo.
Yeah, from just trying to avoid demons. They're like, oh shit.
You throw some demons in there, you got a TV show.
I'm anime only, so I'm not caught up or anything. But I've seen the first episode was great of the new season.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just excited for it.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say about it. I think I don't want to ruin anything because I'm like deep in the spoiler territory, and I don't want anything to slip out. But I think Emma is one of the most fascinating anime protagonists because she doesn't. I'm gonna shut up.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut up. But Emma, I love Emma as a character, and everyone in the show I think does a good job. And I haven't finished it yet, but I'm interested to see if they deviate from the anime too much. I don't think they will, because the manga for me so far, as the way it's headed, is pretty strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am really excited for this season. I think it's gonna take place. I think it's gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be a tone shift. So I'm interested to see if people were more into the cerebral element as opposed to more action-packed element that this season will probably have.
Yeah.
That's my number one show that I'm looking most forward to, because even though I know what's going to happen, for shows like My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan, they always blow me away still when I know what's about to happen. So I'm hoping they keep that same energy for Promised Neverland.
Yeah, my number one. Well, I don't know if it's my number one, but it's one I am looking forward to, and I haven't seen it in a while. Is World Trigger.
Nerd. No, I heard great things, but why is this your number one?
World Trigger it hasn't been on since 2015 or 2016, I think. That was its first season, where I think it did like 70 episodes.
Do you think it was like seeing what was going on in the world? It was like, you know what? We're going to take a break. We know where this is headed, and we'll see you in 4 years.
He's... So it's interesting. It's to see back. The basic premise of World Trigger is it's like our world gets like invaded by from like invaders from a different dimension, and we call them neighbors. Whoa. It's like you got some bad neighbors, baby. They're aliens with laser swords, and they're trying to kill you.
And they don't like take out their trash. It's pretty annoying. Trying to kill you, don't take out their trash. Don't pick up their dog poop. Whoa, the worst.
And then basically then like a whole organization, after like the initial incident or something, it's like a whole organization of humans is like created, and they're like, all right, we have laser swords, we wear cool jackets, let's go.
Okay.
That's all. And then it's pretty shonen. It's pretty typical shonen affair. It's like a guy who's kind of gets dragged into it. Meets a kid who is like, oh, he's a little strange, and then you find out he's like from the other dimension, but he's like trying to fight with the humans.
Oh, okay. So he's a traitor.
Yeah,
I love it. I love me some traitorous anime characters. From what you're describing, it sounds like elements of like Fire Force. I know this came out before Fire Force, but just like these things come out that are disrupting Earth, and now there's this like organization created to go and take it out, but with swords, which I love.
Yeah, and then they go to like school to like learn how to fight and how to do all this stuff. And like they have like it's just like it's like pretty. It's shonen. It's there's not going to be anything too surprising here, but I think all the execution and the characters are all like really cool, and I'm excited to see it back. I didn't think it was going to come back forever because the creator's like has like constant like health issues, so he's always always taking breaks and hiatuses and stuff. So I just assumed it would never be continued. But it's really nice that there's going to be more.
Well, that's the like tale as old as time when it comes to like manga and anime. It's just like this grind destroys people, like wrecks their whole body.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it's back. Even though I didn't know about it until a couple weeks ago when Damien told me. I'm definitely gonna check it out because I listen to whatever Damien tells me to watch. But did you just salute? Hilarious.
I peace signed. I did a peace sign.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I feel like, just from what I've seen, it looks interesting. Definitely a show that's on my like queue to watch. It sounds dope. It sounds real dope.
If you want to see, cool guys in Uniqlo jackets slicing up interdimensional beings, it's pretty fun.
Are there swords also Uniqlo?
Yeah. You can buy the Uniqlo swords at Uniqlo, the World Trigger swords right now at Uniqlo.com.
All right, yeah. Can't wait to see what we do next week.
What the hell are we going to do next week? We're a Mandalorian podcast next week. What if we're not even anime anymore?
Man. Fucking great episode. My name is Opie.
I'm Damien.
And this has been Filler Non Canon. See y'all next week. Like and subscribe. Comment if you want us to review anything else, or if you think that the 3 shows we picked were trash. Or if I should kill myself, or that isekai hate I was throwing.
Let us know how you feel about isekais, and if there's one we should check out that we're like not familiar with, that is awesome. But thanks for watching as always.
Peace and love. Thank you so much. Bye.